let's go ahead and get started. So we will begin as we always begin in a child's pose. Hi, Julie. We'll go ahead and settle your hips on your heels and bring your forehead to rest on the mat. Set up your legs in a comfortable position, maybe torso resting on thighs or legs spread apart so your torso can hang in between your thighs. You can play around with the placement of your arms, extend them in front of you or have them behind you, palms face up. And right away, start to give yourself some time to settle into the body that showed up on your mat right now. I think it can be a really useful tool to, from the beginning, kind of lay that foundation of just watching, trying to shy away from any sort of critique or label. So the things that you feel, whether it be physical or if your mind feels busy today, or if it feels really calm today, see if you can gift it with just like a watchful awareness, something really open, something very unlimited. Just start to notice the depth of everything that you feel within your like realm of perception. Start to make your breath a little deeper. So start to hear your inhales and trace them. Feel it expand your ribs, feel it lift your back. And allow your exhales to spill pretty easy, not too forced, and see how you can soften with every exhale you take. So the inhales are really useful to create space. And the exhales can be really useful to make space for the following inhale. So it's kind of like all connected, like a wave. So start to trace your breath like a wave. The inhale leads into the exhale leads into the inhale. So we don't just practice breath, conscious breath here, we practice conscious breath throughout the entire 60 minutes of the class. So if at any point throughout the class, your breathing gets a little held or choppy or stuck, you can always come back to this child's pose and take as much time as you need to. And so we'll all start off with a breath together just to relay the foundation of it. So start to empty out your breath completely. Use an SH sound so you can feel yourself and hear it. Get really, really empty. Take a really deep breath through your nose. Fill it up all the way to the top. Hold it at the top. And then release it with an HA. So that sound that you might hear cued a lot in our classes is a really helpful way to dive a little deeper into your own connection with your breath. Really wonderful way to relieve tension. So use it whenever you wish. Just try it again. Empty your lunge. Inhale, really, really deep breath in. And then let it go. Following a couple of moments, start to crawl your fingertips forward. So reach really long through your arms. Try to reach so far long that you can feel your wrists and your elbows start to tent off the mat, and keep your hips heavy at the same time so you can stretch the side of your body. Take a little sway side to side of the forehead. Just allow yourself to kind of wake up with a little movement. And then spread all 10 fingers really wide so the webbing between every finger stretches. Flat palms, tuck the toes, start to lift your hips up to the ceiling. And so we'll meet in a downward facing dog. First downward facing dogs, first pose besides child's pose. So just explore it for a few moments. Take some knee bends, take some hops, roll forward into an upper push-up plank, and then roll back into a down dog. So allow yourself to let it be pretty like diagnostic. Any sticky spaces, try not to shy away from them. If anything, maybe linger in those spaces a little longer. Breathe deeper with, yeah, nice. Nice movement. And then we'll just start to clean it up. So come back into a neutral spine, or rather come back into that upside down V shape. Notice your hands first, spread the fingers. Your head could fit between your two thumbs as you place your hands at the width of your shoulder. Nice. And then take a soft bend to your knees and then lift your hips up a little higher, like almost like you could sit on the ceiling. keep your hips that high, and now start to straighten out the legs. Heavy your heels down toward the floor as you press your chest to your thighs, like to the wall behind you. And you're following in how you're gonna lift your right leg just about halfway at first. So keep spreading your fingers, keep pressing the floor down and away from you, and then kick away from your hands. Great, now inhale to lift it up high, roll open, and just stack your hip on top of the other. Start to find some free movement on your right side. And it's free, so you could totally do anything that feels opening or feels like it's some work, like to kind of activate, bring more blood and movement into right side body. Feel the ball and socket joint of your hip as you bend your knee and make circles with it, just move in a way that feels pretty natural. Great. Right, slowly make your way back to center and kick your leg long, kick it all the way to the back wall. And slowly float it to the floor as you exhale. On your following inhale, lift your left leg up. First halfway so you can feel the power of your leg to kick through your inner thigh, through the sole of your foot. And then inhale to breathe it up high. Roll it open and start to stack your hips. Again, now on left side. Really interesting how two sides of body can feel quite different. So even at the beginning of class here, like try to honor whatever shows up for left side. Yeah, move in a fluid way, move in a really strong way, move in a way that feels unique to this moment. Great, inhale to kick long through your leg. And then slowly float your foot to the floor. Then take a soft bend behind both your knees and look in between your palms and take a few steps to the front of your mat for a forward fold. So when you get to the front of your mat, hang heavy. Allow yourself to really hang heavy. So maybe a little bend to your knees can allow that a little easier. Torso to rest on thighs. You could interlace your fingers at the nape of your neck to heavier skull. You could grab for opposite elbow to feel a little length to the back of your heart. Just allow yourself to really release. Awesome. Following inhale, it's a half lift. So press your palms into shins or thighs. Use your belly strength, so scoop your navel in toward your spine to reach forward through your collarbones. Reach back through your tailbone at the same time. Take an inhale to reach your heart more forward, and then exhale to release for your forward fold. Now we'll do that just a little swifter with breath. So inhale into a half lift, long spine, and exhale, release, forward fold, release it. Following inhale, rise up into a mountain pose. So stand tall. Bring your biceps to frame your ears so it's an extended reach. And as you settle into it, close your eyes and really settle into it. Simple, familiar space, standing on your 2 feet. Wonderful space to start to notice the intent, the exploration, the depth of your experience that you can even feel just simply standing on your 2 feet. Close your eyes. Try to drop your mind into the soles of your feet. Feel the weight shift into your big toes. Feel it shift into your heels. Shift it side to side. And then pause in a space that feels pretty evenly balanced. Now, when you get there, pause and stand on all corners of your feet. Big toe, pinky edge, heel. Pull up on your thighs so legs are really active. Anchor tail so low back is lengthened. Then scoop in your belly and lift your chest high, but keep the shoulders soft. Rotate pinkies in and rinse the shoulders down your back. Great. Empty out your lungs with an exhale. Inhale, really deep breath from soles of feet through tips of fingers. And then release it. Nice. Following inhale, flutter the eyes open, look up, reach up, grow tall to go back for your first back bend. Think hips forward, heart high, and reach back. And then exhale, forward fold. Release it. Great. Following breath in, rise up into your mountain pose, and then flow right into your back bend. Make it one sweeping motion, and then on your exhale, find your release. Take that a couple times on your own. So without too much expectation of like count or how many times through, just allow it to be really fluid. Allow your breath to kind of dictate when you move, your exhale to dictate when you move. And it's just like before in child's pose, it's like a wave. So it really should just continue to move one into the next. Go fast, go slow, move big, move small, whenever you wish. Now, when you get into your forward fold, take one more time on your own time. Rise up, think chest high, arms reaching back, hips pressing forward. And then we'll meet in our forward fold with your exhale. And you get into your forward fold, take a half lift. Feel space between every vertebrae all the way to the roof of your mouth. And then release it, forward fold. Plant your hands to the mat, step your feet back, and pause when you get into an upper push-up plank. So like you're about to do a push-up, and then just hit the pause button. So keep spreading the fingers wide, palms flat, press through the floor. Stack shoulders right over wrists, keep hips more in line with shoulder blades, and it's active legs. So think backs of knees more up to the ceiling as you stack your heels over your big toes. Now we're gonna set up our flow from here. If you ever need support, just bring your knees down to the mat and you can do it from there as well. But we'll start it from here. So on your inhale, shift your body weight a little forward. On your exhale, lower halfway, bend the elbows straight back, like raise your ribs. Beautiful. Inhale for up dog. Pause here. Press through tops of feet, palms. Press the hips forward. Draw your shoulders down and back. Beautiful. Tuck the toes under. Lift your hips to the ceiling for downward facing dog. So that's our flow. Try to connect it with breath every single time you do it. Take a soft bend to your knees. Look in between your palms and step or hop to the front of your mat. Take a half lift when you arrive. And an exhale to release for your forward fold. And on your following inhale, sit your hips low, float your arms up, and sit into a chair pose. You're gonna take a pretty deep bend to the knees. Think hips sitting down, but a little bit more back. Try to counteract it so you're making it really expansive. It's like opposite energies making more space in the body. So as hips sit down, great, a little bit more back. Try to bring the arms higher by the ears and lift your chest up. Equal and opposite. Strong legs, strong arms, soft jaw, steady gaze. Empty the lunge. Inhale, really deep breath through the nose. Exhale to stand up. Inhale, reach up, look up, go back into your back bend, and forward fold as you exhale, release it. Nice. So right away, half lift, long spine, and then as you exhale, let it drop. Plant your hands to the mat, step your feet back, and travel through your flow. Now, when you make your way back into downward facing dog, you're gonna take that 3 more times on your own. So move through that modified sun salute with that chair pose tucked into it, and feel free to start to move with your eyes closed. And if anything, I actually like highly suggest it. It can be a really, really, really wonderful way to notice how much space you can have with your eyes closed, right? All of the internal little windows into a deeper experience through sensation, through mental or emotional insight, through challenge, or through something that might feel really great. Eyes closed can make them a little bit more apparent. So take your time, 3 times through, and then we'll meet back in downward facing. And when you're finished moving through that 3rd time, and if you found like a really kind of focused, intentional, mindful way of moving throughout that flow, try not to check out when you get back to down dog. So try to keep it all equally as intentional, from the spread of your fingers, the press of your palms, the muscles in your arms lighting up, the lift of your hips, or even in a child's pose, super intentional. Let it be a really, really restful child's pose. Start to exhale all your breath. Inhale, really deep breath. And then release it. All right, we're gonna come into a tabletop. Come onto all fours, and right away, just a couple cat-cow tilts. So as you inhale, you lift the gaze. And as you exhale, tuck your chin. As you inhale, you lift the gaze. As you exhale, you tuck your chin. Let it be fluid, just like before, moving with breath. Then over your next couple moments, you'll pause and come into a flat back, a neutral spine. It's right arm forward, it's left leg back. So bicep to frame your ear, and you kick through your inner thigh, just like you did in that first kind of leg lift and downward facing. Keep spreading the palm that's on the floor, the fingers spread wide. Press the floor away with that palm, press firmly into the top of your back foot. Scoop your navel in more toward your spine and try to lift your arm and your leg a little higher. Great, give it one more inhale to reach, and as you exhale, it's elbow to knee. It's chin to chest, and you hug everything to center like your whole body's curled into a little fist. Great, inhale to reach long, through the arm, through the leg, past your fingertips and toes, and then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to reach long through the arm and the leg, extend really long. Great, exhale, elbow to knee once more. Inhale to reach long through the arm and the leg. Now keep your leg extended, just bring your hand down to the floor. Bring your big toe down to the floor, spiral the heel down, and then it's an assisted side arm plank. So you're gonna reach your right arm straight up. Bring your foot down to the floor, and then roll over for the assisted side arm plank. That's it. Yeah, you got it, you got it, you got it. Do that, this is what you just did. Keep spreading your fingers wide, bump your hips up to the ceiling, and then think ribs up to the ceiling. Now, if you wanna test your balance, start to lift your extended leg a little bit off the floor. Awesome. Give it one more inhale, strong core, reach long to the arms, and then exhale, hand down, knee down, back into your tabletop. When you get into your tabletop, right away, it's left arm forward, it's right leg back. Bring the bicep to frame your ear and extend through the long inner thigh. Reach long, keep spreading the fingers, press through top of back foot, take a deep breath to reach, and then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, extend. Exhale once more, elbow to knee. Think belly into spine, hold it. Beautiful. Inhale, reach long, lengthen, and lift. And then left hand down, right big toe down, spiral the heel down, keep your right leg extended. Right leg extended. Yeah, no, reach your left arm, right arm straight up to the ceiling. Assisted side arm plank. Yeah, that leg long. That's it. Great. Press into the palm on the floor, reach long through your leg, bump the hips up to the ceiling, and then if you want to play around with that balance, start to float your top leg up. Give it one more inhale, and then exhale, hand down, knee down, back into your tabletop. Beautiful work. Back into those cat-cow tilts. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin. Once more, inhale, lift the gaze, and then exhale, tuck the chin, rounded spine, and pause there. Tuck your toes, lift your knees just like a couple of inches off the floor. Keep belly knitted in towards spine, keep the breath really fluid, and use this moment to really light up your core. So keep everything knitted in like a corset. Breathe really smooth, really soft. Slowly exhale everything. Slowly inhale, deep breath through the nose. And then exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. And then right away, you start to clean it up. Spread the fingers, press into the palms, lift the seat. Following inhale, lift the right leg high. And exhale to step it in between your palms for a warrior one. Spiral the back heel down to the floor, and then float your arms up to frame your face. Sit low into your lunge and start to pull your right hip back as you pull up on your left thigh to bump your left hip even more forward. And then start to test those edges, but while keeping the structure really clear. So both your feet planted equally, hips moving towards square, sit a little lower. Right, try to reach your arms a little longer. So reach all the way through your elbows so biceps are more by your ears. Beautiful work. Great. Take one more inhale to reach up, look up and go slightly back. And as you exhale, peel open into a warrior two. Give yourself a wider stance. Step your front foot a little bit more forward and try to sit a little deeper into that lunge. So now you're trying to peel your hips open to the side wall. So reach forward through your inner right thigh and your inner right knee. And then pull your left hip back as you plug away to that pinky edge of your back foot. Okay, sit low into the seat, scoop your belly and lift your chest higher, and then try to keep the shoulders soft down the back. Really great work. Give it one more inhale to reach long and sit low, and then exhale, cartwheel your palms down to the floor. Step your foot back and travel through a flow. Full deep breath in up dog. Full exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the ceiling. All right, when you get back to downward facing dog, float your left leg up. And then exhale to step your foot really softly in between your palms, spiral the back heel down and rise up into your warrior one on your left-hand side. Plug away at both heels, feel both the weight and your feet equally distributed. Now start to pull your left hip back and pull up on right thigh a bit forward. Sit low and then feel the space right below your navel, scoop up and in so you can grow a little taller. One more inhale to grow tall, reach up and go a little back as you lift your chest, and then peel open into a warrior two. So spread the feet a little wider, nice Timothy, widening your stance, and then really feel that activation through your inner thigh. So you're gonna dig your heels into the floor and imagine you're pulling them together. That's gonna light up your base, all the muscles through the bowl of your pelvis. Feel your low belly scoop in, lift your chest, and then instead of just reaching with the arms, feel your armpits pulling away from the center of your heart. Sit a couple inches deeper. Give it one more inhale to pull arm away from arm, fingertip from fingertip, and then cartwheel your palms down as you exhale. Step your front foot back and flow. And when you make your way back into downward facing dog, take that as a one breath, one movement. So move right side and left side, move through warrior one, right into your warrior two. Again, just like you did right at the beginning of class, please feel free to move with eyes closed. Really wonderful way to move into a deeper experience. And also, if the practice is something you do every single day or often, the poses might be the same, but the experience is never going to be the same. So even if it feels repetitive, even if it feels super familiar, try not to let the pose be the goal, the look of it be the goal, right? Undoubtedly, without any doubt, you will change from moment to moment, day to day, breath to breath. And maybe as you move through the poses, the same structure, the simplicity of it gives you a better window into acknowledging and viewing how you show up every step of the way, greeting it with full acceptance, greeting it with an open heart, greeting it with persistence to keep going. So take your time, right side, left side, and we'll meet back in down dog. All right, slowly start to empty your lungs. Slowly fill up all the way to the brim. Deep, 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 deep breath in. And release it. All right, take a soft bend to the knees, glance in between the palms, step or hop to the front of your mat. Take a half lift right away, long spine, heart forward, exhale, find that release, forward fold. Oh, walk your feet together. So you got one zipped up leg, both your legs touching, inner thighs squeezed tight. On your inhale, sit the hips low, float your arms up, and come into a thunderbolt. So find that seat low down and back. Try to scoop in your low belly just like you did in those chair poses at the beginning of class. Now palms are pressed, thumbs are crossed, but really press to the pinky edge of your hands. Try to sit the hips just a couple inches deeper. Beautiful, Charlotte. Scoop the belly in, lift your chest. Take an inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, release it. Just let it go. And try to really let it go. So if that's a shake out of the arms or a lip flutter or a shake out of the head, exactly, or a sway side to side. And on your next inhale, it's right back into it. So sit the hips low, float the arms up, press your palms together. Take an inhale to lift your chest high. And then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Inhale to puff your heart up. And as you exhale, twist, hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Now, as you do this, try to make sure your knees don't pop out in front of each other. So if anything, nice, Sarah, it's gonna be left knee a little back so you can pull your left hip back. And that way that twist moves deeper into your spine. Great, press your top palm down into your bottom palm. And that way you can leverage a deeper twist. Now you can stay here, extend the arms to move into a flyaway. Or you can even go into a bind if breath is with you by dropping your top arm down behind the back and grabbing for fingertips underneath the thigh. Give it one more inhale to peel open. And then exhale, slow and steady, bring it back to center. Stay low in the hips, take an inhale to lift your chest, and then exhale to twist to the opposite direction. Hook your elbow to the outside of your thigh or knee. Right. Try to sit the hips just a little bit lower, so it's hips below your heart and heart below your head. It's a long line from the tip of your tail all the way to the crown of your head. Find that leverage, top palm pressing down into bottom palm, really nice work. And then fly away, bind, or stay right where you are. Right, if you're flying away, use it. Press your arm into your leg and really roll your chest open. Really nice, Jenna. Stick with it, sit low. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly bring it back to center. Stay low in the hips and help puff your chest up. Exhale, fall forward, let it go. Beautiful work, half lift, long spine. And then exhale, release. Plant your hands to the mat. Step your feet back into an upper push-up plank and then pause when you get there. Gonna bring your legs together in one straight line, right palm to the center of your mat, side plank. Okay, so you had that assist at the beginning of class or just moments ago. So now you can use it or just start to build on top of it. Try to keep the legs stacked and then bump the hips up. Right, bump your ribs up. Really nice, Andrea. That was it. Now go for a float of your leg, just a couple of inches, maybe just like a centimeter, and just start to build. So good. Give it one more inhale. And then exhale, hand down to the floor and switch it up. Bring the opposite hand to the center of your mat. Spread the fingers wide. Try to create a lot of structure with it. So it's bone on bone, shoulder right over wrist. Right, try to keep everything aligned in one line. Bump the hips higher, bump the ribs higher, exactly. Then maybe go for that float of your top leg, or maybe even sweep your top arm over your face. One more deep breath. Exhale, slow and steady, bring it back to center, hand to the mat, and travel through your flow. Full deep breath in up dog. Incomplete exhale, beautiful work, y'all. Hips to the ceiling, down dog, and then empty your lungs with an S8. Inhale, fill it up. Deep, 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 deep breath. H-A, ha. And inhale, float the right leg high. Exhale, step your foot really softly between your hands, spiral the back heel down to the floor, and then sweep the arms back for a power lunge. So base is like warrior one. Now torso's at like 45 degrees in a long line from your back heel to the crown of your head. Exactly. Arms frame the side, body, palms face down. Draw your shoulder blades, pinch them closer, draw your pinkies closer, and now interlace all 10 fingers behind you. Pull your knuckles back and then press forward to the heart to spread open the chest. Take an inhale and pull. Exhale, release your grip and swing the arms down, forward, and up so biceps frame your ears. Awesome. Stay low, keep your belly knitted in, empty your lungs. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, peel open into warrior two. Okay, now take your eyes, your gaze toward your front palm, flip it, reach slightly forward, and then reach up for your reverse warrior. So try to stay low in that lunge, and then grow tall from the waist. So scoop the belly in and float your side ribs higher. Try to stay reaching up, and then when there's no more height, start to extend more toward the wall behind you. Give it one more inhale to reach. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Step your front foot back and then flow it out. So full deep breath in up dog. Full exhale, downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, inhale, float your left leg high. Step your foot softly between your hands. Use low belly strength. Rotate your back foot down and pause. Scoop belly in, float the arms back. Everything in one line. So arms framing side body, torso in line with your back thigh all the way through your back heel. Draw your shoulder blades, squeeze them closer. Now interlace all 10 fingers so you have an open fist. Start to open up your chest. Press your knuckles back and then press forward to the heart. Take an inhale and pull. Exhale, release it. Swing the arms down, forward, and up. Stay low in that lunge. Keep belly knitted in. Empty your lunge. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, peel open, warrior two. Look toward your front palm, flip it, reach it forward, stay low, reach up, 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 and then start to reach back. Now with your back hand, you could either press it on your back thigh or shin, just avoid pressing into your knee. You could also drape it behind your back, grab for your front inner thigh to press yourself taller out of your waist. Great, give it one more breath to reach up and then back. Exhale, cartwheel your palms down, step your front foot back and flow. And when you make your way into downward facing dog, it's the last one breath, one movement of the class. So take your time, move right side and left, move in a way that feels powerful if you wish, move in a way that feels soft if you wish, right? There's no expectation. You don't have to go 200%. You could go 300%. You could go at 20%. All yours. You're the architect of this experience. Create it and give yourself time and space to move in a way that feels really good. And then we'll meet back and down. If you're still flowing, take your time. If you're back in downward facing dog, fill out your breath. Inhale deeply, full deep breath in. Exhale, release it. All right, take that soft bend to the knees, look forward, step or try to hop to the front of your mat. Press into the palms and lift your hips. Take a half lift, deep breath in, and then exhale to release, forward fold. Now inhale, rise up into a mountain pose and pause there. At the top, press your palms together and then slowly just drag them down to heart center. And we'll move into a tree pose. You want to face forward. Walk your feet together, stand on your left foot, and then pick up your right foot. Try to press your foot into your inner thigh, or if you know, like a half lotus variation, you can bring your foot and press it to the front of your leg. Your choice. Okay. You could also just start with your right big toe to the floor and then start to inch it up your leg, bypassing your knee. Plug into the heel and grow tall to the crown of your head. Maybe start to extend your arms up over your head, palms framing each other right by your face. Reach long and stay rooted and stay lifted. Great. Maybe take the gaze up and test your balance. Let it sway a little bit. Let it waver a little bit. Give it one more inhale to grow tall. And then press your palms over the top of your head and drag them down to heart center. Now, when you get your hands to heart center, bring your left hand to your left waist. Your two fingers, index finger and middle finger, grab a hold of your right big toe. And once you get a hold of your big toe, start to kick your heel forward. Now, it doesn't matter if your leg gets totally straight, just start to kick. Great. Kick the heel away from you, stay rooted down to your standing foot and stay lifted. So scoop the belly in. Now let go of your foot and try to keep your leg straight. Even if it drops and it's like 2 inches away from the floor, you're doing perfect work, right? Now, arms up, palms pressed over the top of your head, interlace your fingers in a steeple grip. Grow tall through that reach, keep the leg long for 3, 2, and then hinge forward for balancing stick. So try to keep the arms framing the ears. Get your body parallel to the floor. Beautiful work. Keep reaching through the inner thigh and pull with the arms for 3, for 2, and now bend your front knee and step your foot back. High lunge. Beautiful work. Land in it. If you need to set up your base, set it up and then bring the arms back up. Reach your arms up and over your head, press the palms together, drag them down to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest, and then twist. Hook your elbow to the outside of your thigh. Right elbow outside of left thigh. Now scoop your belly in so you can make space for your ribs to roll open along your spine. Stay here or fly away, or maybe even go into a bind. Really steady work, y'all. Give it one more inhale. Exhale, slow and steady. Bring it back to center. Reach your arms up over your head. Pause. Sit low, reach up, look up, and go slightly back. And then exhale your hands down to frame your front foot. Step your back foot forward. Come into your forward fold. Take a half lift, long spine. Exhale, release. Let it go. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Rise up. At the top, press the palms together. Drag them down to the center of your chest. Great. Stand on your right foot. Pick up your left foot. Big toe maybe to the floor, foot to calf, or foot to inner thigh, or you could also press your foot to the front of your leg. Stay rooted through your standing foot. Big toe, pinky toe, heel. And then maybe play around with the placement of your arms. Reach them up and over your head. If it feels like it's gonna sway, it's gonna fall, definitely part of the process of balance. It's always shifting, it's always moving. Just embrace it. Plug the foot, grow tall. Take a breath, reach up, press the palms over the top of your head, drag them down to the center of your chest. Take an inhale, take an exhale. Great, right hand to right waist, 2 peace fingers on left hand, grab a hold of your big toe, and just slowly start to kick the heel away. Nice, Timothy. Think of pulling in your belly, and now lift your chest up a little higher. That was it. Beautiful work. Kick the heel long. Now let go of the foot. Keep it extended. Keep it straight and strong. And now float the arms up and over your head. Press the palms. Interlace your fingers. Release the index finger. Stick with it. Keep kicking. Keep reaching. And then hinge your body forward for balancing sticks. So everything in one straight line, kind of like a warrior 3, but your palms are pressed and fingers are interlaced. Nice, Caitlin. Try to lift your arms a little higher and then drop your chest toward the mat. That was it. Pull with the arms, reach to the inner thigh for 3, for 2, and then bend your front knee and slowly land your foot toward the back of your mat. Arms float up. If they've dropped, press your hands, drag them down to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest, and then twist. Hook your elbow to the outside of your thigh. Press top palm down, scoop navel in towards spine, and then shift your gaze over your top shoulder to roll open through the whole spine. Fly away bind. Also, if you need to take a knee, you can totally take a knee. One more deep breath in. And then slow with control, bring it back to center. Stay low, reach the arms up. Lift your chest high as you use your arms to reach back. And then place your hands down to the floor. Step your front foot back and flow it out. Really full breath in up dog. Full exhale, downward facing dog. And then empty your lungs, S8. Inhale, deep breath through the nose. HA. On your following inhale, float high through your right leg. And exhale to sweep it through for a half pigeon. So bring your knee wide, your foot more toward the opposite side of your mat. And then you can prop up on your palms at first so you can level off your hips. Find length through the spine and then slowly start to release down. You bring your elbows down to the mat, forearms, and then maybe even your forehead. Now you can also stay right where you are with hands underneath your shoulders. Definitely a different shift in how you start to move. Try not to check out. Continue to let it be as captivating of an experience as you can. If you feel big sensation, zero in on it. Watch it. And try to let it be completely just what it is. So without opinion, maybe even without a name. And just breathe. So I think when you can allow yourself to come to these things, whether it be a feeling, a thought, tightness in your hip. With a broader perspective, with less labels, you grant yourself a little bit more freedom. Maybe something else shows up that will surprise you. A little softness that starts to open up. And a deeper breath inside of that big feeling. So the moment you feel like you might want to leave the pose, try to take a breath first. Now slowly empty your lungs out. Slowly fill up your breath. Let it fill up your belly, press against your hip, and release. Over your next couple of moments, start to crawl your hands underneath your shoulders, press into the floor, straighten the arms, lift your chest. Slow and steady, start to make your way out of half pigeon on your right side. You can tuck under through toes. You find any kind of variation coming out of it that you wish, but we'll make our way back through a flow into downward facing. And when you get into downward facing dog, take an inhale to float the left leg high, and then sweep your knees through for half pigeon on left side. Reach long through your back leg. Try to square it off your hips with palms under shoulders, and then slowly make your way down toward the mat. The inhales can definitely be really calming, but try to also connect a little deeper to your exhales. Try to slow them down so that you can make a lot more space for the following. Start to press the breath away. Inhale really deep through the nose. And release it. Slowly start to walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up from the mat. Reach your front leg back and travel through a flow into downward facing dog. When you get into downward facing dog, take a couple moments to move it around. Take some knee bends and take some hops, or maybe just hold it still and hold it really and specifically. A lot of care, feel the fingers spread, palms press through all parts of the hands, muscles of arms light up. Feel your armpits rotate in, so upper back open. Really scoop in your belly and float your hips high. And so last time we'll hold it for the class. So hold it and spill out your breath. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale. Now roll forward into an upper push-up plank. Pause when you get there, and then just slowly start to lower all the way down to your belly. Bend your elbows straight back so they graze your ribs. And when you lower all the way down, keep your palms stacked directly underneath your shoulders. Now bring your legs together so they're pressed all the way in one straight line. Press down to the tops of your feet. Really activate your legs, contract your glutes, and now peel your chest off the mat for a low cobra. Try not to use too much pressure in your hands, trying to isolate the strength of your lower back. Think elbows more in toward each other and back toward your hips as you draw your chest more forward. Great. It's really good. Give it one more inhale. Rise high. And then slowly lower. Left ear to the floor. Bring the arms back behind you and palms face up. Try to allow all the effort to spill away for a brief moment. So feel your heartbeat. Feel any tension in your low back release with a little sway of your hips. See if you can send the breath all the way to your lower back. And bring your chin back to the mat. Take your gaze forward and reach your arms out in front of you. Palms facing each other. Bring the legs together to touch. And on your inhale, lift everything up and away from the mat. So reach really long through your inner thighs to a point of the big toes. Try to make your legs as long as they can be. And now lift like 2 more inches of your thighs off the mat. Great. Reach your arms higher. You got it, Erica. Reach higher, look higher. To give it one more inhale, rise up. And slowly lower as you exhale. Beautiful work. Opposite ear to the floor, arms back by your sides, and release that. A little hip sway, maybe even a lip flutter to release it. All right, bring your chin back to the mat, place your palms underneath your shoulders and press up away from the floor. Tuck under through toes and set up for a camel pose. Gonna set up your knees to about hip sway. 2 fists between the knees is a pretty good estimate for that. And then place your hands on the small of your back, fingers point down to the mat. Draw the elbows in, press the hips forward, press your chest to the ceiling, look up, and then start to look across the ceiling or across the sky to the wall or to just behind you. Now continue to press the hips forward so that you don't fall into low back, and then lift your chest up to lengthen out upper middle back. Breathe the whole way. Don't hold the breath. If you can see the wall behind you, you can grab for your heels, keep it active. Pelvis forward, chest high. Take one more steady inhale through the nose. Exhale with control, slowly roll up. And lower your hips to sit on your heels. And pause with palms pressed at heart center, or you can rest your hands in your thighs. Close your eyes and try to completely pause. Try to do less. Trace the sensation of your breath. Trace the sound of your breath. Notice the beating heart. Notice the flutter of sensation. Just pause. Slowly empty out your lungs. Take an inhale, deep inhale through the nose. Let it go. And start to flutter open through the eyes. Place your hands down to the floor. And then slowly reach your legs out long in front of you for a seated forward fold. You're welcome to take a few sways side to side so you can find your sits bones. Flex the toes back, kick the heels away, and then float your arms up so biceps frame your ears. Scoop the belly, take a breath to grow tall, and then as you exhale, dive forward. Hinge at your hips, and then if you want to bend your knees so you can more easily grab your feet, please feel free. And then slowly start to kick the heels more forward. If you're in a mood to let it be more of a passive forward fold, just let the arms relax by the sides of your body. Drop the weight of your skull. You can feel that rounding through your neck spine, maybe pulling into your upper middle back. Breathe in between your shoulder blades. Every exhale you take, go a little deeper, hang heavier, or pull yourself more forward. Take one more inhale through the nose. On your exhale, scoop the belly in and roll up, slow and steady. Great. Once you rolled up, scooch toward the center of your mat, just right away. Take a bend to your knees, so soles of feet are on the floor, and then lift your legs up so that your shins and your calves are at least parallel to the mat. Reach the arms out in front of you, palms facing each other, and then press your palms together as you clasp your thumb. Keep pressing to the pinky edge of your hands. Take an inhale to lift your chest high. As you exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to come back to center, chest up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, bring it back to center and pause. Separate the arms, bring your knees in towards your chest and pause there. Scoop belly in, keep your chest lifted, and then exhale to lower, lengthen, and hover. Great, inhale, pull your knees into your chest. You got it, last little bit of effort. Exhale, lower, lengthen, and hover. Beautiful work. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, lower, lengthen, and hover, and then pause and scissor kick your legs for 5. Biceps can frame your ears as you hollow out your body, belly in towards spine for 3. Keep going for 2, for 1, and release it. Let it go. Great. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze as you grab for opposite elbow, opposite forearm, opposite wrist, maybe fingertips, and take a roll side to side. Just roll out the back of your body. And now release your legs and lay them flat to the floor. Relax your arms by your sides. And we're gonna seal off the practice with a shoulder stand, but you're also welcome to stay in your Savasana. So for your shoulder stand, just flip your legs up. Catch your lower back with your hands and try to shimmy your elbows a little closer toward each other right from the start, more underneath you, right? Active reach through your legs. So like you're trying to touch the ceiling with the big toe mounds of your feet and also your heels. Keep your head on straight. Try not to look to the sides. It's going to help protect your neck spine. You can stay there with your legs reaching, or maybe start to lower your legs behind you for your plow. Big toes might touch the floor, and if they do, try to press the backs of your thighs more up to the ceiling and your sits bones more up to the ceiling. Looks great. Whether you're in your plow or your shoulder stand, over your next few moments, slowly start to roll your body down to the floor. And we'll meet in our Savasana. So lay your legs long. Relax your arms by the sides of you. Turn your palms up to face the ceiling or the sky and allow yourself to release any lingering effort. And if you feel like stillness still doesn't come quite easily after moving for almost an hour, find it helpful to connect into spaces that are already pretty soft. Feel like center of your palms, soft skin. Allow it to spread through your arms, through your shoulders. Feel the pit of your throat. Let that softness work its way through your neck and your jaw. Feel the soles of your feet. Let it spread through your calves and your legs. And just know that all your effort, all your work, all your strength, and all your softness was perfect. It showed up as it did, and there was no other way. So thank you very, 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 very much. I will conclude our class with a quote. This quote is by Khalil Gibran. It's one of my favorites. It says, "If you love and you must have desires, let these be your desires, to melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night. To know the pain of too much tenderness and to be wounded by your own understanding of love, to bleed willingly and joyfully, to wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving, to rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy, and then to return home at evening time with gratitude, and to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips." We'll take one last breath together. Slowly start to exhale all your breath away. Take a deep breath through the nose and let it go. You're welcome to linger, or if you wish, you can start to roll over to one side and then make your way up to seated. Thank you all very, 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 very much for your practice today. Thank you for joining in. Whatever you're able to give, donation-wise, is always so deeply felt because it gives people an opportunity to continue to cultivate a practice, share a practice, build a practice, start a practice. We suggest 12, but it's purely a suggestion. I put the link for the donation in the chat so you can easily access it. Also know if you can't donate, 100% fine. That's exactly why we're here. So please continue to do your practice, share the link to the online classes with your friends. Also, if you are doing the Yoga to the People Fellowship and you need to post your class on Instagram, I'm putting my Instagram handle in the chat so you can post it. Thank you all so much for your work